Hello, this is Julius from Basic Financials. So what is this 28th or 29th of February deadline? Everyone's talking about the 31st of January, which is gone now if you're in 2020, which is when I'm doing this. But there's also a end of February deadline that is not so well known, but can be quite important. Now, if you do a tax return and you owe tax, or if you haven't filled in your tax return but you end up owing tax, then end of February, if you haven't paid your tax by that date, HMRC will slap on a surcharge of 5% of the tax you owe. So it's a bit nasty. So let's say, for example, you end up owing £20,000 for the year, and that's what's still owing at the end of February. That 5%, it soon mounts up, and there's a bit of a waste if you could have paid it but just didn't because you didn't know about that date. If you don't pay by the 31st of January, which is when you're supposed to pay by, then yes, interest will be charged at whatever their rate of interest, but make sure you do something before the end of February. Now, if you can't manage to pay by the end of February, and you know you can't, don't just not fill in your tax return. Fill it in, get the liability established, and give HMRC a call. There is a dedicated telephone line for arranging for agreed amounts to pay if you can't afford to pay by the due date. So if you get an arrangement in place with HMRC before the due date, then they won't slap on that 5% surcharge. But it's very important you have something agreed before the date and try and stick with it. There are later more surcharges if you don't pay by February. I can't remember exactly when they are, but you can find them on HMRC's website. But try not to get involved in that. So make sure you definitely pay by the end of February if you haven't managed to pay by the end of January, or phone up HMRC, their dedicated telephone line, and make an arrangement for payments, and then they won't slap that charge on. To find out that telephone number from HMRC, just go on to the website, HMRC's website, and find a time to pay telephone line. As I say, it's a dedicated line, so they will be able to help you, and they're getting much better at doing it. It used to be the case that you had to submit cash flow forecasts. They might still ask for that, but they're realising the problems that people are under and the stress it causes, so they're much more willing now to agree a time to pay arrangements. So I hope that helps. Remember, end of February, get that tax paid or make an arrangement. Thanks for listening. Any comments or questions, please put them in the box below. And like and subscribe as usual, please. And I'll see you again for another video soon. Thank you.